how's it going, everybody? So today we are going to put together a 10-foot square. It's an offset umbrella. It's cantilever style, and thought that we would just kind of look at the process of putting something like this together. Came in 2 boxes. Not really sure if we need tools or anything until we actually open the boxes, but we'll just kind of go from there and see what all we need to do. So in the one big square box, this is the base. One thing I should say is this is something that we were able to purchase off of Costco.com. Came about a week after we purchased it, and it was delivered right to our backyard, right where we want to put it up. So inside the big box is the base, and then the rest of the umbrella, I'm figuring, is in the big tall box. So let's go ahead and just get started. So inside the big box, like I said, it comes with this big, huge base. Now, one thing that I'm noticing is it's pretty big. That's a pretty big size umbrella, so it needs a really big base. It looks like it comes in a couple different pieces, probably so we can move it if we need to. But pretty much this is going to be, once you find the place that it's going to go, it's going to stay stationary in that place. So inside here it looks like we've got a couple different pieces. I'm not sure what these are yet, but we'll just go ahead and look at each of these. And it looks like there's 4 sections that are going to line up underneath this base. Each one of them have a hole in it. Looks like you can fill it up with either water or sand for weight. And so we'll just kind of unbox this and see. Looks like each of these have their own lid, so you can seal up whatever is going to go inside those. So looks like there's 4 of those, and it looks like a big metal base. So this is clearly what the main umbrella is going to sit in. That's going to weight it down. So let's see what else is inside this box. So we're going to just open it up here. And it looks like it's pretty much all assembled. The only thing that we're probably going to have to do is just figure out how to get the umbrella onto the base. So let's take a look and see what all is in here. So it does come with some instructions. So let's take a look and see. Just to read the whole thing before we get started. So pretty much what I was thinking is it looks just like what I thought. Going to position all 4 areas or 4 sections of the base, and then we'll put the actual umbrella up. These are pretty involved instructions, and there's a couple different languages. Okay, so what I decided to do is just hurry and unpackage everything so I could see the instructions, kind of what is all in the box, and then how to proceed. It's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of steps to putting this together. Most everything is assembled for us. The only thing that we have to do is put the base together, and then the umbrella itself is all pre-assembled and it just kind of slides in. So opening up the box, it gives you this toolkit. It's got everything you need inside. So you got the hex keys, the Allen wrenches, the different bolts, some washers, and then of course the crank for the umbrella itself. It's all in this package. Now the only other piece that we're going to have to really assemble, there's two parts. So this is the actual base that the umbrella stand itself is going to slide right onto this. We have to bolt this to the base. Once we do that, then there's a pedal, and we'll go through the operation of it once it's all put together, but there's a pedal here that's going to attach down there. This is going to allow us to push on it and move the umbrella so that we can move it over different things. In our case, we're going to put it over our hot tub, but I can also move it over and put it over my patio as well if we're going to do any barbecuing or anything like that. So those are the 2 things that have to be assembled and screwed together on the base, and then we'll be able to put the umbrella on itself. So it's pretty simple. There's only just a few bolts. So we'll go ahead and start doing that next. Okay, so now that we've kind of got all our tools laid out, this section here is going to get bolted onto the base, but there's a slight angle to it. So we got to make sure wherever the pedal's going to go on this backside. It needs to kind of lean towards that pedal. So we're going to just stick it on, making sure that that lean is going back that way. Then we take the bolt and a washer, and each corner is going to get its own bolt. So we'll hurry and get that assembled. And we'll get that tight, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so now we've got that all screwed together. Now is probably a good place to, or a good time to put it into place, just because once we start assembling the next section, it's going to get heavy. But just for right now, I'm going to show you the next step. It says we take these 4 bladders, or these 4 different sections, and then we start lining them up onto the actual stand itself. And once you get this set up, then you can fill it full of sand, or you can fill it full of water. So they kind of just fit perfectly on the stand like this. Each one of these have these grooves in it, and the grooves coincide with the actual stand. So you put them together like this, get it full of water, and then that's basically the assembly for the base. Not a whole lot to it, it's pretty quick and easy. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually put this pedal on, and it already comes pre-assembled with the nut and or the screw already in place. So we can just go ahead and put it into place right here. Just kind of snaps on, and then they include a key to tighten it up. So we're just going to slide it right on and tighten this up, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so after kind of getting to this point, I've realized through trial and error there's a couple things that to consider. At this point, the foot pedal that's going to make it so that the whole umbrella will swivel, we will put that on after we get everything filled up with water, put the cover on, and then it'll fit in and screw down tight. If we do that in the reverse order, we won't be able to get the cover on because the pedal's too big. So I've gone ahead and placed it in the location that I want. And then I'm going to fill it up with water right now. We're going to use water for right now in case I want to move it. It'll be a little bit easier to drain instead of having to deal with sand. But each of these sections I think will be manageable. We'll be able to move each section if we do want to move it one way or another. So we'll go ahead and put the water in now, and then we'll finish sealing up the base. Once we get the base sealed up, we'll put the pedal on, and then we'll get the umbrella put in. Get it up on the stand, and then we'll go through the operation of that and go from there. Okay, so we went ahead and got it full of water. It's in the place where I want to keep it. So now we're going to put the cover on it and then finally install that pedal. So it's pretty simple to do. Once we get this to this point, we can just throw the cover right back on, and it hides all of that, makes it nice and clean. It does have this little sleeve here that can go over the top, and that kind of snaps into place there, and that keeps that all nice and clean. Now, the pedal is really super simple. It already has the screw already put in. They give you the key. All you have to do is stick it through this slot and then just screw it into place. And then once we get that into place, then it'll make a little bit more sense on the operation of it and how easy this is to maneuver and operate. So that's about all there is to that. You get it nice and tight. Now when we push on this, it's going to swivel the whole entire umbrella. So now it's time to grab the umbrella. We're going to put it into place, and there's only 2 screws and 2 washers that go into place that hold the actual umbrella onto the base. So we grab the umbrella, we'll slip it on, put the screws in, and then we'll see how it works. Okay, so this was actually a really easy project to put together. The hardest part for me was actually just taking the time to read the instructions. I kind of read them, typical guy, just threw it together. But through trial and error, I figured out the exact place I wanted to have it, kind of how the best thing to put it together. This pedal, like I said, it's the last thing. It makes sense so the cover can go on it. Now with it being full of water, it's really sturdy. It says it would be about 200 pounds on the base, and it's not going to go anywhere. So with that pedal, you can step on it and the whole thing will swivel in a 360 degree. So now what we'll do, I'll just show you the basic operation of the umbrella. It does come with a case, which I'll put on after, but basically you can just undo it, and with the pedal, like I said, you can swivel it 360 degrees. This back here, we'll take it in different positions this way. We'll go ahead and crank it up, and you'll see that it has a couple different functions that are pretty cool. This is all the way up, so now what I can do is I can step on the pedal and move it over wherever I want, let off the pedal, and it will lock into place. Now the crank actually comes out, so the first crank puts the umbrella up and down, and then the second one is a pretty cool feature. So you take it out, there's another little notch here, you stick it in, and if you want it to go right, you can tilt it right, or you can tilt it left, depending on where the sun is. But that's basically it. That's the Sunbrella cantilever 10-foot umbrella. Like I said, you can pick it up at Costco. There's a couple other places that we did find it. Costco seemed to just have the best price. They did sell out pretty fast, but if you just keep your eye open, you'll be able to catch one of these. And like I said, it was so nice. They just delivered it right to your doorstep, and they actually brought it right to my backyard. And but that's the Sunbrella umbrella. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.